My name is Nijmie Dzurinko. I'm a tri-chair from Clearfield, Pennsylvania. I use she or they pronouns. I'm a Black and Indigenous woman, member of the Occaneechi Band of the Saponi Nation out of North Carolina. I want to bring you greetings from the Pennsylvania Coordinating Committee. As we lift up Dr. King and the welfare rights movement, I want to quote King when he said, "There are millions of poor people in this country with little or nothing to lose. If they can be helped to take action together, they will do so with a freedom and a power that will be a new and unsettling force in our complacent national life." We are that new and unsettling force. We are that sleeping giant. With the struggles coming up ahead of us, I want to remind us of what we have accomplished. In 2020, voters turned out at the highest level in 100 years. We were part of that. All of you here were an important part of that. And I'm very proud of the work that we did with the PA Poor People's Campaign, a national call for moral revival. We trained hundreds of poll monitors and we contacted over 300,000 poor and low-income voters. There were over 3 million poor and low-income voters in PA, accounting for over 34% of the total votes in the state. White low-income voters accounted for over 27% of the total votes in the state. Black low-income voters accounted for 4.5%, and Hispanic voters another 1.3%. It's nice to have facts and statistics. It's nice to have a handle on the problem, but we also have to focus on building the clarity, commitment, competence, and connectedness of the 140 million poor and low-income people in this country. Pulling from the Waking the Sleeping Giant report, the composition of low-income voters in the battleground states suggests that multiracial political coalitions, including white, Black, and Hispanic low-income voters, are necessary to organize this vast segment of the electorate. We must organize, organize, organize. If we organize a mass, politically independent force of poor and dispossessed people in every county, every city, small town, suburb, and rural area across this country, if we build this base of 140 million people, bringing them into the Poor People's Campaign and the organizations of the campaign, we can not only impact elections, but we can change what is politically possible in this country. And everything that everyone is saying here today makes clear why it is necessary to do that. And finally, I want to say that 11 million Americans currently have no pathway to citizenship, so are also denied a pathway to any voting rights now or ever in the future. This is why there must be a pathway to citizenship for all Americans who are disenfranchised, despite producing immense wealth for American industries and corporations. We are a sleeping giant, and we are waking up. This Congress is hurting our people, and we won't be silent anymore. See you all on June 18th.
We welcome you to the launch of the Mass Poor People's Low-Wage Assembly and Moral March on Washington, D.C., June 18, 2022.
And we need to do it with the biggest actions possible.
Because we know the only scarcity is the moral will to do what's right.
Veterans across this nation say enough is enough.
My voice is just as valuable as anyone else's.
We need the third Reconstruction.
We have an immoral system run by immoral people.
But together we fight.
And we become an agent of change.
We're rising up to demonstrate the compelling power that we, poor and low-income people, have to reconstruct society from the bottom up. It's time for a change!
We are people of resilience.